Expand your vocabulary with our Core 2000 Words ebook. It's free and packed with essential expressions that you'll use on a daily basis. Start building your vocabulary today. Click the link in the description below to download your free Danish ebook before it's gone. Hi everyone, I'm Alicia. Welcome to Conversational Phrases. We've found that the best way to learn a language is to speak it from day one. And the best way to start speaking is to learn phrases that you'll use in real conversations. Today, we'll learn conversational phrases about occupations. After watching this video, you'll be able to talk about your job and ask what somebody does for a living. And if you want to learn more vocabulary, phrases, and example sentences you can use in real-life situations, click the link in the description to download your occupation PDF cheat sheet for free. Now, let's take a look at some conversational phrases.
Listen to the dialogue.
Hvad laver du? Jeg er kunstner.
Listen to it again, now with the English translation.
Hvad laver du?
What do you do?
Jeg er kunstner.
I'm an artist. First of all, you need to learn how to say, what do you do? That's.
Hvad laver du?
Listen to it again.
Hvad laver du? Hvad laver du?
Now, how do you answer this question? This is the pattern you'll need.
Jeg er.
Your occupation. This Danish sentence literally translates into I am occupation without the article, but it means I'm an occupation in English. For example, I'm an artist.
Jeg er kunstner. Jeg er kunstner.
Here are a few more professions you can use with the same pattern. Police officer.
Politibetjent. Politibetjent.
Teacher.
Lærer. Lærer.
Doctor.
Læge. Læge.
Engineer.
Ingeniør. Ingeniør.
Now, listen to some examples.
Hvad laver du? Jeg er lærer. Hvad laver du? Jeg er læge. Hvad laver du? Jeg er ingeniør.
Okay, now it's your turn. Do you remember how to say, what do you do?
Hvad laver du?
Imagine you're a doctor. Do you remember how to say, doctor?
Læge. Læge.
Say, I'm a doctor.
Jeg er læge.
Now answer the question saying that you are a doctor.
Hvad laver du? Jeg er læge.
Now, imagine you're a teacher. Do you remember how to say teacher?
Lærer. Lærer.
Say, I'm a teacher.
Jeg er lærer.
Now, answer the question saying that you are a teacher.
Hvad laver du? Jeg er lærer.
Now, imagine you're an engineer. Do you remember how to say engineer?
Ingeniør. Ingeniør.
Say, I'm an engineer.
Jeg er ingeniør.
Now, answer the question saying that you are an engineer.
Hvad laver du? Jeg er ingeniør.
Hey everyone, Alicia here. Welcome to Conversational Phrases. We've found that the best way to learn a language is to speak it from day one. And the best way to start speaking is to learn phrases that you'll use in real conversations. In this lesson, we'll learn conversational phrases to answer the question, how's your mother? After watching this video, you'll be able to talk about well-being and ask how someone is doing. And if you want to learn more vocabulary, phrases, and example sentences you can use in real-life situations, click the link in the description to download your Conversation About Family Well-Being PDF cheat sheet for free. Now let's take a look at some conversational phrases.
Listen to the dialogue.
Hvordan har din mor det? Hun har det godt.
Once more with the English translation.
Hvordan har din mor det?
How's your mother?
Hun har det godt.
She's fine. First of all, you'll need to learn how to say, how's your mother? That's,
Hvordan har din mor det?
listen to it again.
Hvordan har din mor det? Hvordan har din mor det?
This Danish sentence literally means, how has your mother it? But it translates as, how's your mother in English? Now, how do you answer this question? The pattern is,
Hun har det.
state of well-being. This Danish sentence literally means, she has it, but it translates as, she is state of well-being in English. For example, she's fine.
Hun har det godt. Hun har det godt.
Here are a few expressions related to well-being that you can use with this pattern. Great,
Fantastisk. Fantastisk.
fine,
Godt. Godt.
so-so,
Nogenlunde. Nogenlunde.
not good,
Ikke godt. Ikke godt.
Let's look at some examples. Listen and repeat or speak along with the native speakers.
Hvordan har din mor det? Hun har det fantastisk. Hvordan har din mor det? Hun har det nogenlunde. Hvordan har din mor det? Hun har det ikke godt.
Okay, now it's your turn. Do you remember how to say, how's your mother?
Hvordan har din mor det?
Imagine she's great. Do you remember how to say, great?
Fantastisk. Fantastisk.
Say, she's great.
Hun har det fantastisk.
Now, answer the question saying she's great.
Hvordan har din mor det? Hun har det fantastisk.
Now imagine she's so-so. Do you remember how to say so-so?
Nogenlunde. Nogenlunde.
Say, she's so-so.
Hun har det nogenlunde.
Now, answer the question saying she's so-so.
Hvordan har din mor det? Hun har det nogenlunde.
Now imagine she's not good. Do you remember how to say not good?
Ikke godt. Ikke godt.
Say, she's not good.
Hun har det ikke godt.
Now, answer the question saying she's not good.
Hvordan har din mor det? Hun har det ikke godt.
Most people who learn a foreign language learn it so that they can one day have real-life conversations with native speakers. When you start out learning and crack open your first textbook or listen to your first podcast, having a real conversation can feel like a fantasy. When everything about a language feels new, it can be overwhelming. But this couldn't be further from the truth. While it does take a significant amount of time and effort to become fluent, having a conversation might not be as far off as you think. In this video, we'll look at 3 ways you can boost your conversational skills and start talking to native speakers. Number 1, find native speakers and practice with them. It's unlikely you live near a big group of native speakers to practice with. If you happen to be in a major or international city, your chances may be better. Check and see if your city has a general language exchange. Chances are there could be a native speaker there who is also trying to learn another language. Practicing in person with a native speaker is probably the most interesting option for honing your speaking skills. But if you can't find anyone where you live, the next best option is to look online. Luckily for language learners, the past 10 years or so have seen an explosion in online language exchange sites. On these websites, you can search for someone who is a native speaker of your target language and is also learning your native language. The idea behind a language exchange is that you communicate with them via video or text chat, and half of the time, they help you practice your target language. And for the other half, you help them practice theirs. Practicing via an online language exchange is a highly effective way to practice your conversational skills. Number 2, work on pronunciation. Pronunciation is often an overlooked skill when it comes to learning a foreign language. Most people think of a good foreign accent as a luxury rather than a necessity. But what most people don't talk about is how having a good accent boosts your listening and comprehension skills. If you can hear a sound from a foreign language and know how to make it yourself, then you're more likely to understand native speakers when they talk at normal speed, and you're also more likely to remember any new words or phrases you come across. Having a good accent means that the language no longer sounds foreign. Instead, it sounds familiar, maybe even natural. So how do you go about perfecting your accent? The best way is to break down the language into its individual sounds. Make note of any sounds that are the same or similar to your native language and of those that are different. Of the sounds that are different, spend your time practicing the ones that you find the hardest to say correctly. After you're comfortable with the individual sounds, you can start linking together words and phrases. This is where accent practice starts to get really fun and interesting. Get your hands on some native speaker audio from a TV show, song, or podcast. Play the audio back and listen closely a few times. Take note of how words blend together in speech. Then, do your best to imitate what you hear, trying to match the speaker's emphasis and intonation. Our language learning program's playback feature is perfect for this. Record yourself and compare it to the original recording. Rinse and repeat until you're comfortable with the audio selection, and then move on to something more difficult. This is how you can break through the accent barrier and really start to make the language your own. Number 3, learn phrases, not just individual words. Learning grammar and individual words is great, but it's not the only approach you should take if you want to speak fluently. In addition to your regular grammar and vocabulary, try learning whole phrases, even if you aren't totally sure how they work grammatically. Learn phrases that are specific to your needs. It's a good idea to learn phrases that are grouped around a certain setting or subject, such as simple greetings or introductions, questions for getting to know someone, or traveling comfortably. You can even learn filler phrases, which you can use so that you have something to say when, well, you don't know what to say. Learning phrases like this will help you become conversational faster. You may not understand what you're saying literally, but as long as you know the general meaning behind the phrase and know when to use it, you'll be able to talk like a native. Eventually, your knowledge of grammar and vocabulary should catch up with the phrases you know. Learning a new language should feel like an adventure. There will be plateaus and periods in your learning where it feels like you're hitting a wall, but being able to speak with native speakers and have real conversations will help you combat language fatigue. After all, talking to someone face-to-face in a foreign language is one of the main reasons we start learning in the first place. And for even more ways to gain conversation skills, check out our complete language learning program. Sign up for your free lifetime account by clicking on the link in the description. Get tons of resources to have you speaking in your target language. And if you enjoyed these tips, hit the like button, share the video with anyone who's trying to learn a new language, and subscribe to our channel. We release new videos every week. I'll see you next time. Bye! Hey everyone, Alicia here. Welcome to Conversational Phrases. We've found that the best way to learn a language is to speak it from day one. And the best way to start speaking is to learn phrases that you'll use in real conversations. In this lesson, we'll learn conversational phrases to answer the question, what's the matter? After watching this video, you'll be able to make complaints and ask someone else if they're having any issues. And if you want to learn more vocabulary, phrases, and example sentences you can use in real-life situations, click the link in the description to download your Making Complaints PDF cheat sheet for free. Now let's take a look at some conversational phrases.
Listen to the dialogue.
Hvad er der galt?
Kontoret er varmt.
Once more with the English translation.
Hvad er der galt?
What's the matter?
Kontoret er varmt.
The office is hot. First of all, you'll need to learn how to say, what's the matter? That's,
Hvad er der galt?
listen to it again.
Hvad er der galt? Hvad er der galt?
What's the matter? Now, how do you answer this question? The pattern is
Kontoret er.
adjective. The office is adjective. For example, the office is hot.
Kontoret er varmt. Kontoret er varmt.
Here are a few more examples you can use with the same pattern to make complaints. Hot,
Varmt. Varmt.
cold,
Koldt. Koldt.
noisy,
Støjende. Støjende.
dirty,
Beskidt. Beskidt.
Let's look at some examples. Listen and repeat or speak along with the native speakers.
Hvad er der galt? Kontoret er koldt. Hvad er der galt? Kontoret er støjende. Hvad er der galt? Kontoret er beskidt.
Okay, now it's your turn. Do you remember how to say, what's the matter?
Hvad er der galt?
Imagine the office is cold. Do you remember how to say cold?
Koldt. Koldt.
Say, the office is cold.
Kontoret er koldt.
Now answer the question saying the office is cold.
Hvad er der galt? Kontoret er koldt.
Now imagine the office is noisy. Do you remember how to say noisy?
støjende, støjende,
Say, the office is noisy.
kontoret er støjende,
Now, answer the question saying the office is noisy.
hvad er der galt? Kontoret er støjende,
Now imagine the office is dirty. Do you remember how to say dirty?
beskidt, beskidt,
Say, the office is dirty.
kontoret er beskidt,
Now, answer the question saying the office is dirty.
hvad er der galt? Kontoret er beskidt.
Want to speak real Danish from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at danishclass101.com.
You've studied for a while and are ready to talk to people and practice what you've learned. But where do you start? Starting a conversation in a new language can seem a bit intimidating. How do you just jump into it? In this video, we'll look at 5 ways to start conversations. Number 1, introduce yourself in your target language. This is usually one of the first things you learn when you start studying a new language. And sometimes, starting a conversation, or continuing one, is as simple as introducing yourself. Number 2, talking about the weather. This is a universal talking point. People talk about the weather all over the world. And just saying, "It's really nice today," is enough to start a conversation. A great way to practice your weather conversation skills is to check out our Can-Do lesson pathway. This series of lessons teaches you how to talk about the weather in your target language. Number 3, give compliments. Compliments are a great way to start a conversation. You can compliment something about your conversation partner's city, country, or something specific to them personally. "Hey, your bag is super cute," or "That ice cream looks delicious." These kinds of compliments can lead to further conversation about what you complimented. In this case, it could be fashion or a local restaurant. This is a great way to make quick connections with people. Number 4, ask for help. For example, you can ask for directions, ask about prices, or request recommendations for restaurants or shopping spots, and let the conversation go from there. People are usually happy to lend a helping hand to tourists who are visiting their city. Number 5, learn phrases for transactions. This can include getting a room at a hotel or telling a taxi driver where to go. When you're traveling overseas, you'll need to talk to other people in your target language. And while this might be a bit scary at first, you'll find that the people you meet are just happy that you're trying to communicate with them. So get started talking in your target language now. For even more tips on how to start conversations, check out our complete language learning program. Sign up for your free lifetime account by clicking on the link in the description. Get tons of resources to have you speaking in your target language. And if you enjoyed these tips, hit the like button, share the video with anyone who's trying to learn a new language, and subscribe to our channel. We release new videos every week. I'll see you next time. Bye! Hi everyone, I'm Alicia. Welcome to Conversational Phrases. We've found that the best way to learn a language is to speak it from day one. And the best way to start speaking is to learn phrases that you'll use in real conversations. In this lesson, you'll learn conversational phrases to ask and answer the question, "How do you say this?" After watching this video, you'll be able to ask someone how a word is pronounced. And if you want to learn more vocabulary, phrases, and example sentences you can use in real-life situations, click the link in the description to download your How to Say Something PDF cheat sheet for free. Now, let's take a look at some conversational phrases.
Listen to the dialogue.
Hvordan siger man dette?
Man siger parkeringsplads.
Once more with the English translation.
Hvordan siger man dette?
How do you say this?
Man siger parkeringsplads.
It's parking lot. First of all, you'll need to learn how to say, "How do you say this?" That's,
Hvordan siger man dette?
listen to it again.
Hvordan siger man dette? Hvordan siger man dette?
This Danish sentence literally translates into, how does one say this? But it means, how do you say this in English? Now, how do you answer this question? The pattern is
Man siger.
word. This Danish sentence literally translates into, one says word, but it means, it's word. For example, it's parking lot.
Man siger parkeringsplads. Man siger parkeringsplads.
Here are a few useful words you can use with the same pattern. Parking lot,
Parkeringsplads. Parkeringsplads.
dog,
Hund. Hund.
travel,
Rejse. Rejse.
morning,
Morgen. Morgen.
Let's look at some examples. Listen and repeat or speak along with the native speakers.
Hvordan siger man dette?
Man siger hund.
Hvordan siger man dette?
Man siger rejse.
Hvordan siger man dette?
Man siger morgen.
Okay, now it's your turn. Do you remember how to say, how do you say this?
Hvordan siger man dette?
Now, imagine it's the word dog. Do you remember how to say dog?
Hund. Hund.
Say, it's dog.
Man siger hund.
Now answer the question saying it's dog.
Hvordan siger man dette?
Man siger hund.
Now imagine the word is travel. Do you remember how to say travel?
Rejse. Rejse.
Say, it's travel.
Man siger rejse.
Now, answer the question saying it's travel.
Hvordan siger man dette?
Man siger rejse.
Now, imagine it's the word morning. Do you remember how to say morning?
Morgen. Morgen.
Say, it's morning.
Man siger morgen.
Now, answer the question saying it's morning.
Hvordan siger man dette?
Man siger morgen.
Want to speak real Danish from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at danishclass101.com.
Want to speak your target language with confidence and impress native speakers? When learning to speak a new language, you have lots of things to think about, including grammar, vocabulary, and pronunciation. Because you're thinking of all of these things and trying to speak, it can be difficult to communicate with confidence, especially in the beginning. This is why it's helpful to make confidence-building exercises part of your language learning process. In this video, you'll learn 7 ways to boost your confidence. 1. Read out loud. This might seem pretty basic, but it's a great way to practice speaking. Reading aloud lets you practice speaking without having to think about grammar or things to talk about. Reading out loud lets you focus on your pronunciation and the rhythm of the language. It can help you learn to speak more smoothly and quickly, without even thinking about it. If you're using our lessons, read the dialogue out loud as you listen. You can read along with the dialogue tool, the lesson notes, or the transcript. 2. Read like a child. This might sound strange, but think about children learning to read. They go slow and sound everything out. Maybe it takes 2 or 3 tries before they read a new word smoothly, and a few more tries before they can read it at a natural pace. This example applies to language learning too. If you find a complex sentence in something you're reading, read it slowly at first, then speed up. With practice, you'll be able to say it easily. It might feel a bit silly to speak very slowly, but this kind of practice can help you identify tough sounds you might miss or say incorrectly when reading quickly. 3. Use the dialogue breakdown tool. If you're using our site, this is a great tool to take advantage of. It breaks down lesson conversations into individual lines. You can listen to the audio for each line, learn what each line means, and can reread and review as much as you want. 4. Use the voice recorder to record and compare yourself with native speakers. Just click on the microphone icon next to each line in the dialogue section. You can use this tool to perfect your pronunciation if you like, but this is also something you can use to work on speaking with confidence at native level speed. You'll find this tool in the dialogue section of all of our lessons. 5. Repeat and review old lesson conversations. Reviewing what you've studied in the past is the best way to make sure you maintain what you've learned. Go back to older lessons, download the lesson dialogue tracks, and re-listen to the conversations again and again. Or you can reread the dialogue lines from previous lessons until you've mastered them all. 6. Shadow conversations. Repeat what you hear out loud. This tactic is important, but it can be tricky when you're doing a brand new lesson. If you're reviewing dialogues from lessons you've done though, it's super easy to do. Just listen to the dialogue and repeat what you hear. Shadowing means mimicking the speaker as soon as they speak, following their intonation and rhythms as closely as possible. 7. Send recordings to your Premium Plus teacher. If you want to speak with confidence, there's no better confidence boost than feedback from a native speaker, and you get just that with a Premium Plus teacher. You can record yourself reciting a lesson dialogue or any dialogue of your own, and your teacher will give you specific tips on how to improve. From the tips your teacher gives you, choose at least one and practice, practice, practice. Being able to react quickly and with confidence in a conversation is typically not something you can do on your first try, but if you continue practicing, you'll gradually find yourself speaking with ease. And for even more ways to build your speaking confidence, check out our complete language learning program. Sign up for your free lifetime account by clicking on the link in the description. Get tons of resources to have you speaking in your target language. And if you enjoyed these tips, hit the like button, share the video with anyone who's trying to learn a new language, and subscribe to our channel. We release new videos every week. I'll see you next time. Bye! Hi everyone, I'm Alicia. Welcome to Conversational Phrases. We've found that the best way to learn a language is to speak it from day one. And the best way to start speaking is to learn phrases that you'll use in real conversations. In this lesson, we'll learn conversational phrases to answer the question, what's your favorite number? After watching this video, you'll be able to say many numbers and ask someone their favorite number. And if you want to learn more vocabulary, phrases, and example sentences you can use in real-life situations, click the link in the description to download your Talking About Numbers PDF cheat sheet for free. Now, let's take a look at some conversational phrases.
Listen to the dialogue.
Hvad er dit yndlingstal? Det er 7.
Once more with the English translation.
Hvad er dit yndlingstal?
What's your favorite number?
Det er 7.
It's 7. First of all, you'll need to learn how to say, what's your favorite number? That's,
Hvad er dit yndlingstal?
listen to it again.
Hvad er dit yndlingstal? Hvad er dit yndlingstal?
Now, how do you answer this question? The pattern is
Det er
number. It's number. For example, it's 7.
Det er 7. Det er 7.
Here are a few more numbers you can use with the same pattern. 7,
7. 7.
2,
2. 2.
4,
4. 4.
9,
9. 9.
Let's look at some examples. Listen and repeat or speak along with the native speakers.
Hvad er dit yndlingstal? Det er 2. Hvad er dit yndlingstal? Det er 4. Hvad er dit yndlingstal? Det er 9.
Okay, now it's your turn. Do you remember how to say, "What's your favorite number?"
Hvad er dit yndlingstal?
Imagine it's 2. Do you remember how to say 2?
2. 2.
Say, "It's 2."
Det er 2.
Now answer the question saying, "It's 2."
Hvad er dit yndlingstal? Det er 2.
Now imagine it's 4. Do you remember how to say 4?
4. 4.
Say, "It's 4."
Det er 4.
Now answer the question by saying, "It's 4."
Hvad er dit yndlingstal? Det er 4.
Now imagine it's 9. Do you remember how to say 9?
9. 9.
Say, "It's 9."
Det er 9.
Now answer the question saying, "It's 9."
Hvad er dit yndlingstal? Det er 9.
Want to speak real Danish from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at danishclass101.com.
Want to speak and understand more of your target language? If so, of course, you'll need to know more words and phrases than you do now. In this video, we'll cover 5 ways to master new words and phrases fast. Number 1, use our free vocabulary list. This is a free library of vocabulary and phrase lessons for all kinds of situations. You can learn words and phrases for current events, holidays like Halloween and Thanksgiving, and useful topics, like the top 10 ways to say hello, conversational phrases, and more. You'll learn phrases that you won't find in textbooks. If you want to learn extra fast, use the slideshow tool. Just tap or click on View Slideshow, then sit back and review the words and phrases. Find the vocabulary lists in the vocabulary drop-down menu on the site. These vocabulary lists are free for all users. Number 2, take the audio and video lessons. One of the best ways to learn new words is by hearing and using them in conversations. This is because it gives you the opportunity to understand how the words are actually used. In every lesson dialogue, you'll likely come across some words you don't know, But don't worry, because our teachers translate everything. When you hear the conversation again at the end of the lesson, you'll be familiar with the words you didn't know at first. Number 3, learn with our 2,000 most common words list. A quick question. How many words do you think you need for conversational fluency? 3,000? 5,000? It's actually not as many as you think. Language experts say you need about 1,500 words to reach conversational fluency. With our 2,000 most common words list, you'll get access to key vocabulary words you need to boost your conversation skills. The words are broken down into simple categories, such as adjectives, nouns, verbs, food, drinks, numbers, months, and so on. So you can go category by category and focus on what you're most interested in first. With this tip, we're not talking about paper flashcards. We're talking about the smart flashcards that you can find in our premium study tools. This is an automatic system individualized for each member based on their study needs. First, you'll use the cards to check your knowledge. Then, according to your answers, the cards will be sorted according to which words you need more practice with. Words that you struggle with will be shown to you more and more. You'll see words that you know well less often. This system helps you study more efficiently. It displays the words you need to work on and knows when you should refresh your knowledge. This helps make sure you don't forget vocabulary. In every study session, these cards will help you refresh your memory on the words you learned last time and introduce new words. Number 5, use the words. After you learn a new word, using it right away is crucial to remembering it. So, when you're done with a lesson or a vocab list, here's something you can do. Leave a comment. Make up a sample sentence and post it in the comment section. Write it down in a notebook, or shadow the word with a lessons dialogue. Our language learning program is full of tools that can help you speak more. Just pick one and get started. If you want to unlock all of these study tools, check out our complete language learning program. Sign up for your free lifetime account by clicking on the link in the description. Get tons of resources to have you speaking in your target language. And if you enjoyed these tips, hit the like button, share the video with anyone who's trying to learn a new language, and subscribe to our channel. We release new videos every week. I'll see you next time. Bye!
Hvilken slags film kan du godt lide?
Imagine you like comedies. Do you remember how to say comedy?
Komediefilm. Komediefilm.
Say, I like comedies.
Jeg kan godt lide komediefilm.
Now answer the question saying that you like comedies.
Hvilken slags film kan du godt lide? Jeg kan godt lide komediefilm.
Now imagine that you like fantasy movies. Do you remember how to say fantasy?
Fantasyfilm. Fantasyfilm.
Say, I like fantasy movies.
Jeg kan godt lide fantasyfilm.
Now, answer the question saying you like fantasy movies.
Hvilken slags film kan du godt lide? Jeg kan godt lide fantasyfilm.
Now imagine you like romantic movies. Do you remember how to say romantic?
Kærlighedsfilm. Kærlighedsfilm.
Say, I like romantic movies.
Jeg kan godt lide kærlighedsfilm.
Now answer the question saying you like romantic movies.
Hvilken slags film kan du godt lide? Jeg kan godt lide kærlighedsfilm.
Hi everyone, I'm Alicia. Welcome to Conversational Phrases. We've found that the best way to learn a language is to speak it from day one. And the best way to start speaking is to learn phrases that you'll use in real conversations. In this lesson, you'll learn conversational phrases to answer the question, what are you doing during the holiday? After watching this video, you'll be able to talk about your holiday plans. And if you want to learn more vocabulary, phrases, and example sentences you can use in real-life situations, click the link in the description to download your National Holidays PDF cheat sheet for free. Now, let's take a look at some conversational phrases.
Listen to the dialogue.
Hvad skal du lave i påsken?
Jeg planlægger at tage på stranden.
Once more with the English translation.
Hvad skal du lave i påsken?
What are you doing for Easter?
Jeg planlægger at tage på stranden.
I'm planning to go to the beach. First of all, you'll need to learn how to say, what are you doing for Easter? That's,
Hvad skal du lave i påsken?
listen to it again.
Hvad skal du lave i påsken? Hvad skal du lave i påsken?
This Danish sentence literally translates as, what shall you do in Easter? But it means, what are you doing for Easter? Now, how do you answer this question? The pattern is,
Jeg planlægger at.
plan. This Danish sentence literally translates as, I plan to plan, but it means I'm planning to plan. For example, I'm planning to go to the beach.
Jeg planlægger at tage på stranden. Jeg planlægger at tage på stranden.
Here are a few more phrases you can use with the same pattern to talk about your plans. Go to the beach.
Tag på stranden. Tag på stranden.
Travel.
Rejse. Rejse.
Stay home.
Blive hjemme. Blive hjemme.
Go to the movies.
Gå i biografen. Gå i biografen.
Let's look at some examples. Listen and repeat, or speak along with the native speakers.
Hvad skal du lave i påsken?
Jeg planlægger at rejse.
Hvad skal du lave i påsken?
Jeg planlægger at blive hjemme.
Hvad skal du lave i påsken?
Jeg planlægger at gå i biografen.
Okay, now it's your turn. Do you remember how to say, what are you doing for Easter?
Hvad skal du lave i påsken?
Imagine you're planning to travel. Do you remember how to say, travel?
Rejse. Rejse.
Say, I'm planning to travel.
Jeg planlægger at rejse.
Now, answer the question saying you're planning to travel.
Hvad skal du lave i påsken?
Jeg planlægger at rejse.
Now, imagine you're planning to stay home. Do you remember how to say, stay home?
Blive hjemme. Blive hjemme.
Say, I'm planning to stay home.
Jeg planlægger at blive hjemme.
Now, answer the question saying you're planning to stay home.
Hvad skal du lave i påsken?
Jeg planlægger at blive hjemme.
Now imagine you're planning to go to the movies. Do you remember how to say, go to the movies?
Gå i biografen. Gå i biografen.
Say, I'm planning to go to the movies.
Jeg planlægger at gå i biografen.
Now, answer the question saying you're planning to go to the movies.
Hvad skal du lave i påsken?
Jeg planlægger at gå i biografen.
Hi everyone, I'm Alicia. Welcome to Conversational Phrases. We've found that the best way to learn a language is to speak it from day one. And the best way to start speaking is to learn phrases that you'll use in real conversations. In this lesson, you'll learn conversational phrases to use when talking on the phone. After watching this video, you'll be able to ask for someone on the phone and to put someone on hold. And if you want to learn more vocabulary, phrases, and example sentences you can use in real-life situations, click the link in the description to download your Making a Phone Call PDF cheat sheet for free. Now, let's take a look at some conversational phrases.
Listen to the dialogue.
Hej, jeg vil gerne tale med den ansvarlige.
Ja, lige et øjeblik.
Once more with the English translation.
Hej, jeg vil gerne tale med den ansvarlige.
Hello, I'd like to speak with the person in charge.
Ja, lige et øjeblik.
Okay, just a moment. First of all, you'll need to learn how to say hello on the phone. That's
Hej. Hej.
Then you'll need to learn how to say, I'd like to speak with person. The pattern is
Jeg vil gerne tale med.
person. This Danish sentence literally translates as, I will like speak with person, but it means, I'd like to speak with person. For example, hello, I'd like to speak with the person in charge.
Hej, jeg vil gerne tale med den ansvarlige. Hej, jeg vil gerne tale med den ansvarlige.
Now, how do you answer this question?
Ja, lige et øjeblik.
Okay, just a moment. Listen to it again.
Ja, lige et øjeblik. Ja, lige et øjeblik.
This Danish sentence literally translates as, yes, just a moment, but it means, okay, just a moment. Here are a few more phrases you can use with the same pattern to talk on the phone. The person in charge.
Den ansvarlige. Den ansvarlige.
A sales representative.
En salgsrepræsentant. En salgsrepræsentant.
The manager.
Chefen. Chefen.
Customer service.
Kundeservice. Kundeservice.
Let's look at some examples. Listen and repeat or speak along with the native speakers.
Jeg vil gerne tale med en salgsrepræsentant.
Ja, lige et øjeblik.
Jeg vil gerne tale med chefen.
Ja, lige et øjeblik.
Jeg vil gerne tale med kundeservice.
Ja, lige et øjeblik.
Okay, now it's your turn. Do you remember how to say, I'd like to speak with person?
Jeg vil gerne tale med.
Person. And how do you answer it?
Ja, lige et øjeblik.
Imagine you want to talk to a sales representative. Do you remember how to say a sales representative?
En salgsrepræsentant. En salgsrepræsentant.
Say, I'd like to speak with a sales representative.
Jeg vil gerne tale med en salgsrepræsentant.
Now say you want to talk to a sales representative and answer it.
Jeg vil gerne tale med en salgsrepræsentant.
Ja, lige et øjeblik.
Now, imagine you want to talk to the manager. Do you remember how to say the manager?
Chefen. Chefen.
Say, I'd like to speak with the manager.
Jeg vil gerne tale med chefen.
Now say you want to talk to the manager and answer it.
Jeg vil gerne tale med chefen.
Ja, lige et øjeblik.
Now imagine you want to talk to customer service. Do you remember how to say customer service?
Kundeservice. Kundeservice.
Say, I'd like to speak with customer service.
Jeg vil gerne tale med kundeservice.
Now say you want to talk to customer service and answer it.
Jeg vil gerne tale med kundeservice.
Ja, lige et øjeblik.
When learning a new language, everyone should have an ultimate goal to work towards. Whether you want to be able to connect with a relative, easily order food while traveling, or go somewhere new, having an end goal for your learning can be very motivating. A popular but challenging goal is being able to speak like a native speaker. It's difficult to measure exactly when you reach this goal, and it's not something you can pick up using textbooks alone. So how do you work on making your speech more natural? That's what we're going to look at today. Here are 3 tips to help you practice talking like a native speaker. Number 1, focus on vocabulary. If your goal is to speak like a native, you might be really focused on speaking quickly or using as many complex grammar patterns as possible. But in our native languages, we're not always trying to speak as fast as possible, and we use complex grammar patterns when necessary, not to show off. Vocabulary, however, is extremely important to expressing ourselves naturally. Your choice of words can reveal a lot about you and your understanding of the language. Most learners have had the experience of using a phrasebook or a dictionary to find a word they want to use, trying the word in conversation, and getting a look of confusion from the native speaker. In some cases, although your word choice may be grammatically correct, the word may be inappropriate for the situation or totally unnatural. This is especially important in business and other formal situations, where the right level of formality and professionalism is key. Being able to understand nuances in vocabulary words can also help you understand relationships between people just by listening to the conversation. Try to listen to many different types of conversations. Listen to how people talk to their friends, their superiors, and in customer service situations. This will give you a better idea of how to talk to others naturally. In some languages, you can omit words from sentences or use more direct communication styles. It's important to be aware of these things so you can apply them yourself. Colloquialisms and slang are also commonly used in most languages. As this sort of vocabulary is always evolving, it can be difficult to keep up with the latest words. Talk with native speakers and consume media in your target language to make sure you pick up these kinds of expressions. Media is a great resource for your learning. Ultimately, knowing the appropriate vocabulary to use for each situation will really help you sound more knowledgeable. Number 2, perfect your accent. With every language, there are unique pronunciation and intonation challenges. Some languages are tonal languages, and a change in pitch can completely change the meaning of a word. Then there's the fact that most countries have multiple dialects, and so people from one area of the country may sound different from those in another. So, what is the best way to listen to a wide range of accents and different pronunciations? Video and audio resources are a great way to do this. YouTube is a perfect place to start because people from all kinds of different backgrounds upload videos to the platform. You can watch educational videos, daily life vlogs, cooking shows, a travel series, whatever interests you. Pay attention to the different ways people speak. Everyone is unique. And then practice speaking like them. This kind of practice can help you sound more natural. One note, please be aware of the type of resources you're using. For example, if you find a video where a speaker uses a rare dialect, it might not be a good idea to use that for your pronunciation practice, unless you have a special reason for studying a specific accent. As a general rule, it's best to try to search for practice resources that use a standard form of the language you're studying. Number 3, copy what you hear. Do you remember how you learned to speak as a child? We rarely learned new words just listening to them, or reading after we learned how. When we were little kids, we imitated the sounds we heard by repeating the sounds out loud. While you're talking to a friend, watching videos, or listening to audio in your target language, you can do this to try and replicate the way they speak. Doing this will help you work on mastering the flow of the language, your accent, intonation, and pronunciation. Of course, you might also pick up some new vocabulary this way. Make sure to repeat new words often. It's a great way to make sure you remember them. Try doing this using a number of different mediums and sources. That way, you'll be exposed to the diversity that the language offers and master the fundamentals of pronunciation. For example, you can watch and imitate several different YouTube videos and audio CDs, but try a few different sources, like different creators or different audio types, to make sure you experience a wide range of communication in your target language. If you're using our language learning program, you can even get your own teacher with Premium Plus. Your teacher can answer questions, give assignments, and even listen to your recordings and give you advice on pronunciation. Completing these kinds of lessons with a native teacher can really boost your confidence in your speaking skills. Becoming able to speak like a native is a popular goal for many people learning a new language. It feels great to be able to communicate smoothly, especially when the people you're talking to expect basic level sentences or broken communication. Try using the tips we've shared in this video to work on improving your speaking skills. Of course, it'll take time and persistence, but the reward will be more natural communication. And for even more tips on speaking, check out our complete language learning program. Sign up for your free lifetime account by clicking on the link in the description. Get tons of resources to have you speaking in your target language. And if you enjoyed these tips, hit the like button, share the video with anyone who's trying to learn a new language, and subscribe to our channel. We release new videos every week. I'll see you next time. Bye! Want to finally start speaking in your target language? In this guide, you'll discover the top 7 ways to practice speaking on your own with our lessons. Let's begin. Number 1, shadowing. Shadowing is a proven learning technique where all you do is repeat what you hear in order to practice speaking. So access any audio or video lesson on the site and press the play button to start. Then, as you listen or watch, just repeat the conversations. Or, even easier, read along out loud with the dialogue section. The script is right there in front of you. With our lessons, you can master entire conversations, just like that. Number 2, read out loud. I just mentioned it, but reading out loud is another powerful tactic and deserves its own mention. With every lesson, you get written transcripts and translations. So, as you play the lesson, read the dialogue out loud as you hear it. Why? By reading out loud, you're also practicing your speaking skills. You can do this with the lesson notes, the lesson transcript, or the dialogue tool. With the dialogue tool, you can listen to each line again and again, and repeat out loud until you master them all. Number 3, speed up your reading to speed up your speaking. Being able to speak without thinking is a sign of language mastery. If you're talking to a native and can respond quickly, they'll assume that you're fairly fluent. How can you do this? When you read out loud, try increasing your speed a little bit every time. So, start by reading with the dialogue tool. If you're like most learners, you'll read the first line slowly. That's because you're still getting used to the words, which is okay. Reread it. On your second try, you know most of the words, and you'll read a little faster. Reread it again. On your third try, you'll be even faster. at a native speaker's speed. And being able to read these phrases out loud and fast will help you speak fast. Number 4, record and compare yourself with native speakers. In order to sound like a native speaker, you must imitate native speakers. So here's how. Access the voice recorder, which is in the Dialogue Study tool in every lesson. Click on the microphone icon. Listen to the native speaker's audio, and then record yourself. You can then compare the two recordings side by side, and practice and try again and again until you perfect your pronunciation. Number 5, get feedback from our Premium Plus teacher. If you're learning by yourself and don't have access to real teachers, then you can always get feedback from our Premium Plus teachers. With the My Teacher tool, you can record yourself speaking and send the audio file to the teacher. They'll review it and tell you what to improve and how. That's it. Number 6, level up your speaking with Premium Plus assignments. With Premium Plus, you can also get assignments that cover reading, writing, listening, and even speaking from your teacher. These assignments can be tailored to your goals and needs. You get a new one every week, or anytime you're ready for a new one. Number 7, get even more lessons in the lesson library. If you want even more lessons on speaking and conversations, visit our lesson library and under Category, choose Conversation. You'll get all of the pathways and lessons that are focused on speaking. If you enjoyed these tips, hit the like button, share it with anyone who's trying to learn a language, and subscribe to our channel. We release new videos every week. And if you're ready to finally learn language the fast, fun, and easy way, and start speaking from your very first lesson, get our complete learning program. Sign up for your free lifetime account right now. Click the link in the description. I'll see you next time. Bye!
Hi, jeg hedder Louise. Hi everybody, I'm Louise. Welcome to DanishClass101.com's Dansk på 3 minutter, the fastest, easiest and most fun way to learn Danish. In the last lesson, you learned how to be grateful to people by saying tak. In this lesson, you learn some of the most common greetings used in Denmark. Er I klar? Are you ready? Så lad os begynde. So let's start. The most used informal greeting is hej. Hej. Hi means hi. You can use it when you meet people and it can be used with anyone. But it isn't the only way to greet someone. We also have good day. Good day. It is a more time-specific greeting and is equivalent to hello. Literally, good day means good day. As a rule of thumb, you can use good day only during the daytime, from morning until evening. During the evening, we say god aften. God aften. Aften is Danish for evening, so god aften means good evening. Finally, in the mornings, we say god morgen. God morgen, which means good morning. Good day, god aften, and god morgen are used when we meet someone, but when we leave, we don't say these again. When parting ways for a long time, we usually say ha det godt. Ha det godt. Ha det godt means be well, but a better translation is all the best. Finally, in Danish, we have an expression meaning see you. Vi ses. Vi ses. Now you can greet people in many different ways in Danish. Let's review them all again. When meeting friends or someone we don't know, hej or good day. In the morning, god morgen. In the evening, god aften. When leaving for a long time, ha det godt. When leaving and implying see you soon, vi ses. It's easy, isn't it? Now it's time for Louise's insights. In formal situations, Danish people commonly greet each other by shaking hands. On the other hand, if we meet someone we're very friendly with, no matter their gender, it's common to give hugs. Don't be afraid to try it out with your Danish friends. During the next lesson, we learn the meaning of the phrase, taler du engelsk? Do you already know it? I'll tell you all about it in the next Dansk på 3 minutter lesson. På gensyn! Hi, jeg hedder Louise. Hi everybody, I'm Louise. Welcome to DanishClass101.com's Dansk på 3 minutter, the fastest, easiest and most fun way to learn Danish. In the last lesson, you learned how to use the verb at skulle, which among other things means to go in Danish. We will continue a lesson series dedicated to very common Danish verbs. The second verb in our series is at lave, which here means to do. So imagine someone asks you, hvad laver du? That means, what are you doing? So if you're doing your homework, for example, you will say in Danish, jeg laver lektier. Jeg laver lektier. So let's break down this answer. First, we had jeg laver, which is I'm doing. It is the present form of the verb at lave, to do. Next was lektier, which is a noun for homework in the plural form. This noun is always in the plural form if it means homework. Note that in Danish you can use this verb to say that you aren't doing anything. For example, if someone asks you what you're doing and you're doing nothing, you can tell them, jeg laver ingenting, which literally means I'm doing nothing. Here we're using the present tense form. Let's look at some other questions with which we can use the verb at lave. Remember at skulle from the previous lesson. This time we will use it along with at lave to form the question, hvad skal vi lave? What are we going to do? Hvad skal vi lave? As you might remember, to direct the question at someone else, all you do is change the pronoun. To ask someone, what are you going to do? You simply switch vi with do in the previous sentence. Hvad skal du lave? Hvad skal du lave? Finally, let's look at how to ask if someone is busy at the moment. To do this, you have to place the verb at lave first in the sentence. So it would look like this. Laver du noget nu? Laver du noget nu? Literally, this translates as, are you doing anything now? Noget means something or anything, and nu means now. Now it's time for Louise's insights. In Danish, we often say, hvad skal du lave i aften? Which means, what are you going to do tonight? For example, if you want to go out with that friend tonight, you can ask this question to see if they're available. It would sound very natural. Hvad skal du lave i aften? In this lesson, you'll learn how to use the verb at lave in many different contexts, and I'm sure it will help you a lot. Next time, we'll learn another very useful and romantic verb, at kunne lide. I'll be waiting for you in the next Dansk på 3 minutter lesson. Vi ses igen.
Want to speak real Danish from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at danishclass101.com.
Hi, jeg hedder Louise. Hi everybody, I'm Louise. Welcome to danishclass101.com's Dansk på 3 minutter, the fastest, easiest and most fun way to learn Danish. In the last lesson, you learned how to ask when questions in Danish. This time you're going to ask who questions. Imagine you want to ask your friend who the girl sitting behind him is. You can pass him a note that reads, hvem er det bag dig? Hvem er det bag dig? This means, who is that behind you? So let's break down this question. First we had hvem, which is the basic translation of who in Danish. Er means is, the present tense of the verb at være, which we have already studied. Det means that. And finally, bag dig, which is behind you. Dig is the object pronoun for you. Altogether it is, hvem er det bag dig? So in Danish, who is translated as hvem. If you want to ask, who are these people, you can say, hvem er disse mennesker? Here's another example using hvem. If you're in a museum, you can ask, hvem malede dette billede? This means, who painted this painting? A similar word derived from hvem is hvis. In this case, the meaning is whose. So if you want to ask, whose pencil is it, you will have to say, hvis blyant er det? If we break down this question, it is hvis, which is whose, blyant, which is pencil. Then we have er, which is the present tense of the verb at være, which you should know. And finally, det, which means it. You can also use the word hvem to ask for which person is it. So if you want to know for which person is this piece of cake, you can ask, hvem er dette stykke kage til? Now it's time for Louise's insights. If someone that you didn't expect is knocking on your door in Denmark, you can ask, hvem er det? Before opening the door. This literally means, who is it? Although it's not that common to ask this. Usually Danes will just say, hello. In this lesson, you learn how to correctly use hvem. The next lesson will be our last of this Absolute Beginner series. We will deal with the final question word, hvorfor. I'll be waiting for you in the next Dansk på 3 minutter lesson. På gensyn! Today we're going to talk about 4 techniques to help you stop translating in your head and instead start thinking in your target language. This will allow you to have conversations with ease, read smoothly, and better understand native speakers. These are 4 methods to help you think in a new language. Number 1, surround yourself with your target language. This way, you'll be completely immersed in the language. Without realizing it, you'll learn pronunciation, sentence structures, grammar, and new vocabulary. Play music in the background while you're cooking, or have a radio station on while you study. Just use one of our endless podcasts available to you. These are easy to listen to in the background while doing other things. Number 2, learn through observation. This is how we all learned our native languages as kids. Words will develop their own meanings that relate better to your target language, rather than meanings that are translated directly. Number 3, speak out loud to yourself. Even if you're a little embarrassed, it forces you to listen to how you speak. It makes it much easier to spot simple grammar mistakes. Number 4, practice daily. If you practice everything for only one day, you won't retain the information you learned. The brain can realistically only focus for about 30 minutes. So studying a little every day allows you to absorb better. Follow these steps and have patience. You'll soon be able to achieve your language learning goals. Just make sure to remember these 4 methods. Sign up for your free lifetime account. No credit card required, and you'll get the best free online resources. And start learning more every day.
Hej,
Hej,
hvordan går det?
det går godt. Hvad med dig?
Det går også godt.
Hej, jeg hedder Emma. Hvad hedder du?
Jeg hedder William.
Rart at møde dig.
I lige måde.
When learning a new language, we sometimes have a hard time with things like procrastination, discouragement, or failure. But don't panic. With a good strategy, you'll be able to overcome these difficulties. Are you ready to discover the 4 habits of successful learners? Number 1, optimize your time. When learning a language, it's important to dedicate time to your studies regularly, even if sometimes it's difficult. You're busy with school, work, family, or friends. But you can spread out your learning throughout the day. Study whenever you have small gaps of time in your busy schedule. This can be when you're on the metro, on your lunch break, or while you're exercising. Our podcast learning format fits perfectly into your tight schedule. Number 2, consistency with your chosen method. There are a lot of options when it comes to courses and learning materials. Switching from one method to another can confuse you and disrupt your progress. Focusing on one learning method will make a difference. Our method has been created and optimized by real teachers, so you can stick to it with confidence. Number 3, use your language background. Many languages share some commonalities. You can find words that look or sound similar, or even share the same grammar structure. A little bit of language background will give you an edge while learning. Number 4, study continuously. People are excited when they start learning a new language. The enthusiasm usually lasts until the first roadblock. This can lead to discouragement and procrastination. But don't burn yourself out. Learning a language is a marathon, not a sprint. Don't try to learn it all at once. Break things down into more digestible chunks. Learning step by step might feel slow, but it's an efficient way to learn a language. With patience, motivation, and good resources, you'll master the language. Remember, you can't learn a language overnight, but with motivation and these daily lessons, you'll be on the road to fluency. Today, traditional classrooms are no longer the only or even best place to learn a new language. More and more people are finding that they can easily learn a language just about anywhere they have a few minutes of spare time, including their daily commute to work. According to the US Census Bureau, the average American spends over 50 minutes a day commuting to and from work, or over 300 hours a year. But rather than simply sitting in traffic and wasting the time, you can instead use your daily commute to literally learn a new language in just a few short months. Our language learning program has specialized learning tools that you can use on your commute to and from the office to master a language in your spare time. What are some reasons traditional classroom settings just aren't the best option for most people in today's fast-paced world? Difficulty getting to and from class. Learning on someone else's schedule. Very expensive and may cost thousands of dollars to complete. Can take years to finally complete classes and learn the language. The simple truth is that traditional classroom instruction is simply not a viable option for most people in today's very fast-paced, time-starved world. Now, let's examine how you can learn a language faster, more easily, and at far less expense than traditional classes, all during your commute to work and back home again. 3 reasons your daily commute can help you master a language in the next year. On average, Americans spend more than 300 hours per year commuting. During the commute to and from work, over 6 hours a week is completely wasted. The time isn't used to help you reach any goals or objectives. But thanks to online language learning platforms with audiobooks and other resources that you can access during your commute, you can easily transform wasted time into progress toward learning a new language. With over 300 hours available annually, your daily commute could provide you with enough time to gain significant skills in a new language each and every year. Increase your earning potential while commuting to work. How would you like to transform all those spare commuting hours each week into more money for a new car, house, or even a dream vacation? According to research, someone making $30,000 per year can boost their annual income by $600 or more per year by learning a second language. Over the course of a lifetime, that's a significant amount. How? From work-at-home translation jobs to working overseas, there are many ways to leverage your second language into more money in your bank account. So instead of wasting your precious time, you can make your commute more productive and eventually profitable. The more languages you learn, the higher your income potential. Repetition is key to mastering a new language. Not sure if it's practical to learn another language while commuting to and from work each day? Well, not only is it possible, learning in your car on the way to and from work each day can actually help you learn and master any language quickly. The simple truth is that repetition is absolutely vital to truly internalizing and mastering any language. So, if you listen to audiobooks or even audio lessons on your commute to work, and then repeat the same lesson on your commute home, the information is more likely to be locked into your long-term memory. Our language learning program has been helping people learn and master language in the comfort of their home, during their daily commute, or any place they have a few spare minutes of time. Here are 5 features of our program that make it easy to learn a new language while commuting to and from work. First, the largest collection of audio lessons on the planet by native speaker instructors. Every single week, native speaker instructors create new audio lessons. All lessons are short, to the point, and guaranteed to improve your mastery of a language. Second, the word of the day. Simply exposing yourself to new information and vocabulary terms helps increase your fluency and mastery of your target language. So every single day, check out the word of the day and memorize it during your commute. It's a quick and easy way to boost your vocabulary every day. Third, daily dose mini lessons. Have a short commute to work but still want to make progress towards learning more than just vocabulary? Not a problem. Our daily dose mini lessons are 1 minute or less and are designed to improve your grammar, conversations, and pronunciation. Fourth, all content is available on a convenient mobile app. You don't need a PC or tablet to learn during your daily commute. Instead, all of our lessons, tools, and resources are available 24/7 via our mobile app. That means you can access all of our audio lessons and other tools during your commute to work or anytime you have a few spare minutes. Fifth, audiobooks and other supplemental resources. In addition to the world's largest online collection of HD audio lessons, our language learning program has audiobooks to enhance your understanding and make it more convenient than ever to learn a language during your commute. The average commute time of most Americans is over 300 hours each year, and it's the perfect opportunity to learn and master a new language. Use the dead time during your daily commute to learn a new language and potentially boost your lifetime earnings. Whatever your motivation, Our language learning program has the tools and resources necessary to help you learn a new language each year during your commute to and from work. So, if you're ready to finally learn a new language the fast, fun, and easy way, sign up for your free lifetime account by clicking on the link in the description. Signing up takes less than 30 seconds, and you'll start speaking from your very first lesson. If you enjoyed these tips, hit the like button, share the video with anyone who's trying to learn a new language, and subscribe to our channel. We release new videos every week. I'll see you next time. Bye!
En mand og en kvinde taler sammen. Hvad vil de gøre først?
Hvad vil du lave i dag?
Jeg vil gerne ud og se en film.
Okay, jeg vil se en baseballkamp på tv.
Jeg vil også gerne ud og handle.
Baseballkampen starter kl. 13.
Okay, så lad os se filmen, og derefter kan du se kampen.
I orden. Så tager vi ud og handler i aften.
Hvad vil de gøre først? En mand og en kvinde taler sammen. Hvad vil de gøre først?
Hvad vil du lave i dag?
Jeg vil gerne ud og se en film.
Okay, jeg vil se en baseballkamp på tv.
Jeg vil også gerne ud og handle.
Baseballkampen starter kl. 13.
Okay, så lad os se filmen, og derefter kan du se kampen.
I orden. Så tager vi ud og handler i aften.
Expand your vocabulary with our Core 2000 Words ebook. It's free and packed with essential expressions that you'll use on a daily basis. Start building your vocabulary today. Click the link in the description below to download your free Danish ebook before it's gone.